What up, bros and hoes, and welcome to the Gonzo Ewok channel with me, Ewok,
and me, Gonzo,
for another episode of
Geordie Space Program.
You pulled a face when I said that.
Bros and hoes.
You're right. It's a bit rude.
It's I'm not worried about it. It's the lowest common denominator.
It is a bit rude.
A bit wishy-washy. A little bit.
I don't want to paint myself into that demographic.
We're a family-friendly channel, fuckers.
I'll try again. What up, gentlemen and hoes?
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
You're not having
to this.
This rampant sexism on the Geordie Space Program channel.
I'm not having it. Geordie men get a bad enough rep as it is for being misogynist without that kind of behaviour. We're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
It was in jest, my friend.
You're welcome here, regardless of who you are. We're glad to have you on board.
Well, we are an equal opportunities employer here at Geordie Space Program.
Yeah,
we've got Wendy on the roster. Actually, if we look at who we've lost, I think there's a theme going with two dead female pilots.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a joke about women drivers in there, but I've already soured things quite badly.
No, that's you've said more than enough. Moving on. This week, we're going to start planning a trip to Duna.
We are indeed. We're going to plan a trip to Duna. Before we do that, shall we have a quick look at mission control? See,
this flyby Duna.
But we might as well add that in. Fly a vessel anywhere near Duna for an extra 266.
Well,
we're going there anyway.
I will have
that. Some satellite missions. Nah, we've just done a satellite mission. We probably don't want to do one again.
Nah.
Plant flag on the Mun. We've just been to the Mun.
We haven't done any VIPs, but what's the point?
I mean, don't want to go suborbital flight, orbit around Kerbin. I mean, God.
She can go up into space for 25 grand, and you think, really? That doesn't seem like very much. It would cost me more than that to take you.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good return.
Aye.
Nope. We will just go to Duna then. I want to make some tweaks to this rocket. I've mentioned in the last episode, and I haven't touched it since then, that this rocket is
broken.
It's not broken. More untested.
I haven't even seen this. Oh, bloody hell! It's a big one.
I think it'll work. I'm not sure.
What are your concerns?
That it won't work.
In what fashion? We need to talk this out. Why won't it work?
Because it might not get far enough.
Okay, so you think that the fuel is an issue?
Right, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this there, and I'll just pop it there, and then I'm going to have another one. Actually, it probably need to be duped.
Yeah.
I'm going to add another one and pop it there. So just add a bit of thrust to that.
Right.
I mean, you can't go wrong with adding more rockets. That's been my general approach.
Under the old regime, that was very much the case, but we know that this can make things very wobbly.
That's more or less level.
It looks fairly straight.
That's sorted as well.
I mean, we're
just
just
getting some fins on there.
Just cocking this by eye, like, but it's looking okay.
Yeah, we'll stick a couple of tail fins on it just to, try and get things nice.
Could you not do them as fours?
No, because this is asparagus staged.
No.
So it's on in twos, if you know what I mean.
Aye, I see what you're saying. Alright.
The good thing about putting them fins on is that it is highlighting some quite obvious asymmetry.
Yeah, it's wonky as all hell. Look at that. Aye, get that across. Aye. Okay, right. Yep.
Right, so that looks good. Staging looks alright.
Crying out for a fairing on the top.
I want to add more signs to that,
Right. More weight. So if we're worried about the thrust not being enough, more weight is the answer.
More weight is the answer, absolutely.
It looks like it wants a fairing.
Yeah, okay, I'll drop a fairing on there.
Aye, give it a nice fairing. Everyone likes a fairing.
Actually, I don't think we've got a fairing big enough to cover that. We've only got the standard one. And it's not going to go out far enough.
Oh, can we not do some crazy, like, part clipping stuff?
I'm very reluctant to do crazy part clipping because it can cause physics to go a bit mental.
It's just not the same without a fairing.
Oh, it's got a ladder on there. This design has kind of been refurbished.
I assume at some point you thought of putting people inside this.
I did, but the weight was just
Whoa.
The weight trying to put people in it was just far too much. But we can get rid of the weight of that ladder. And as we know, ladder technology is very advanced technology.
It's very heavy as well, ladders. You're really freeing up a lot of weight here with this.
I feel like having come in here and having to make the tweaks to it and take all these bits off it is probably not giving you a lot of faith in the design itself.
Yeah, I think we're doomed from the start, if I'm brutally honest.
Staging.
Mushroom.
Action groups. I want to toggle the panels using the light switch.
I just totally dropped a Weevil stuff joke there and you just totally ignored it.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Doesn't matter, you've missed it forever. When you watch this video back yourself to
I
try and
myself?
analyse the errors we're about to commit,
I've got
you can pick up my joke and you'll go,
I don't want
"Oh,
to
I
launch
got
this now. I don't want to launch this now. It's a terrible idea.
It's going to blow up the launch pad.
It's not going to blow up the launch pad. It didn't blow up the launch pad.
Very well nearly did.
Very well. What I need to do now is skip forward in time. We need the planets to align. Now, we might lose a couple of years doing this.
Hang on, we need the planets to align. Are you doing some sort of strange astrology business? We need good portents.
I'm doing what we call a Hoffman transfer.
Named after Dustin Hoffman?
Jimmy Hoffman.
Jimmy Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman's an actor.
Was that Jimmy's brother?
It was Jimmy's brother.
One went into science, the other one went into acting.
And there were three of them. One of them went into counting cards. Called him the Rain Man.
Oh, yes, I remember him. Aye, that excitable little chap.
That's right, yeah.
Aye, gets banned from casinos.
Yeah.
Aye.
We need to burn in such a way that sort of Duna is around here when we reach it.
Now, our mouse cursor probably, if it is on the screen, is probably balked.
And that Duna is about 12 o'clock from Kerbin, where you look now.
So, on the other side of the sun. Right.
And in order to do that, we need to have an angle of around about 45 degrees between the sun, Kerbin, and Duna, which means some time warping.
Right.
Now, Kerbin has a shorter orbit, which means it goes faster than Duna.
Right.
So it's going to catch Duna up, if you see what I mean.
I do.
So you can see it catching Duna up now as I rotate.
Now, this is something that I've watched videos to try and get my head around myself, and it always kind of confuses us, so I'm relying on you quite heavily here to be able to explain it to a dunce.
So we've got about 45 degrees between the sun, Kerbin, and Duna. Basically, it's forming an equilateral triangle.
I see. So there would be 45 degrees if we're measuring the angle from the sun between us and Duna.
Yes.
I get you.
So you draw a line to Duna, and then a line to Kerbin, and the angle between the line as it touches Duna should be 45 degrees. Or roughly 45 degrees. It's actually 44 point something.
Close enough.
Yeah, you can afford a little bit of variation when you're talking in rocket science.
So that's why we're not launching then. We've had to do that to get ourselves into the right position.
Absolutely. And we are now in the right position.
So this is
I've just realised that we could probably do with a little bit of strutting on them.
Yeah, that would help.
Just to make them a little better.
This is what we'll call the Hoffman turn.
The Hoffman transfer. If we get that far, we may just blow up. Let's see if we can actually get into orbit. Okay. And then we'll go further into the Hoffman transfer.
But if we do blow up, we're going to leave that half talked about, because I'm just going to start shouting at you instead.
Oh, that's a bit loud.
It is. There's a lot of rocketry going on. That should be alright.
That's a lovely rocket, isn't it? Isn't it pretty?
It certainly goes up.
It certainly goes up, and that is where we wanted to go. Speed isn't too bad. You know what? I've been following this principle for a long time, since 1.0, of never trying to exceed 300 meters a second during the launch.
We are rocketing along, man. That speed's going up at a mental rate.
Yeah, and recently I thought, fuck it, let's just go pedal to the metal, balls out insane. As
you do. Everyone likes balls out insane. Not balls out in Sainsbury, so that gets you in trouble. Right.
So yeah, I mean, this rocket's actually handling quite well. I'm glad I added those fins and those struts.
Yeah.
We're about to lose our first layer of solid fuel, and that will shortly follow. In fact, it'll go immediately with the first layer of liquid fuel.
Keep it nice and straight.
Let's get them off. Let's get them off.
It's a good split. Yep, we're still gaining speed. That's good.
Oh, we've
Lost a fin.
we either lost a fin or we never had a fin. One of the two.
Brilliant.
Not the most professional of launches. Whoa, we are way higher than we needed to be. Ooh, shit. That's a lot of fuel wasted, my friend.
That's alright.
However, the fact that it's a lot of fuel wasted is kind of offset by the fact that I didn't expect it to get that high that easily. So
Nice.
perhaps the design's not as bad as I thought it was.
I just love the fact that somebody kicking around like the Geordie Ewok head shed is just like tripped over this tail fin and just looked at it and went,
Shouldn't that have
I'm
been
sure
on the
we're meant to
rocket?
bolt this onto the rocket. As you watch this thing streaking up towards space very wonkily.
It handled quite well for something that was irregularly aerodynamic.
I think that the fact is you just had that much thrust and you were pointing at your prograde vector. So
Yeah, there's only one way you can go.
fins be damned, it's going that way.
The launch was a lot better than I thought. We're a lot higher than I was expecting, with a lot more fuel left. Unfortunately, I'm going to waste quite a bit on this very rough circularization because we came in at a very steep angle.
This is true.
But hey ho, we'll be all right, I think.
See what we can do.
Christ, we've only got to get it there. We don't have to bring it back.
Right.
Well, we've got 1 minute 20 to kill. No hands. Woo.
Please let there be hands. Just keep them near the controls.
What will I use to drink my beer?
Oh yes, it should be saying it's not paid product placement. Today's episode of Geordie Space Program is brought to you by several bottles of Old Golden Hen.
Which is lovely. First time I've had it.
It's-
Well recommended.
It's Gonzo's personal favourite beer. It's my beer of choice. If you've ever drank Old Speckled Hen, it's made by the same people. Only it's a much lighter beer. It's got nice kind of.
It is like
hoppy-
I like a nice sort
hoppy,
of golden
tropically-
beer,
Aye.
and it's got that. It's got a little bit of a sort of that mild citrusy twist you
Aye.
get with these light
The
beers.
bottle says like mango, grapefruit, tropical fruits. Sometimes if you drink it in the right way, we've got a couple in the freezer chilling down. That'll have a little bit of fruitiness going on. But it's just a really nice, light, hoppy beer. Nice little crisp aftertaste.
Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, it does the trick.
Well, we're going to hit our orbit very shortly. In fact, I can afford to skip forward a little bit and make it a little bit more efficient.
Cool. Right. We're burning.
There we go.
Yep, that's
Perfect.
good.
Right, so, because if I zoom out...
Come on, explain, Hoffman.
So, basically, I am just going to burn prograde because we are going out from the sun. We actually want to start our manoeuvre the opposite side on Kerbin's night side. And in theory,
We'll push
if I
out.
just push it out, because of where Duna is, ooh, and let's set it as target, because of where Duna is,
Oh god.
because of where Duna is, when pushing out this way, when I make contact with the Duna's orbital influence, we should be very close to it.
So this is way more efficient than the way we used to do
You
it.
see?
Wow. Okay.
So we're very close to it to start.
So
I'm
then it
gonna
only
burn
needs
that
a
down.
little
We've
bit
got
more.
459.
That's only a 43-second burn. I've done that with 5-minute burns before. I mean, yeah, that was with atomics, I grant you, but
And there we go. There's our encounter.
43 seconds to
A
do it.
direct encounter with a 43
Holy
second.
shitballs, we can go anywhere with that tech.
And
Genius.
That's why the Hoffman transfer is far more efficient than how we used to do it, where we just used to blast ourselves into a solar orbit and then spend hours tweaking with manoeuvre nodes until we eventually got an encounter that
Burn left a
required
bit, burn right a bit. No,
required,
burn up.
ridiculous amounts of burning, and also the fact that we used to zoom right out and mega far out by the time we slingshotted,
Slingshotted.
slong shit. By the time
Slipshand.
by the time we shot back towards where we were heading, we'd be going at an incredible speed, which would make it really inefficient to try and capture that orbit as well.
Oh, go on, I'm excited about this. I mean, we probably haven't got enough fuel in what we've got there to do this. It's going to be
No,
longer
we
than
haven't.
43 seconds.
And to be honest, we're probably going to miss that encounter because the window to catch it is so tiny. But once we've done the initial manoeuvre, we can then refine it at part way there.
Nice.
And we're probably gonna manage this in 2 episodes.
That's pretty good going.
In 2 20-minute episodes.
I mean, don't get ahead of yourself. We've got to actually do this first.
So let's warp the manoeuvre if we can. Kill some time.
Nice. Meow.
What I would like to do as well is have us focused on Duna, so that when the time is right, I can zip in there and try and see that encounter happen.
Cool. All right.
To make sure we don't overshoot it.
While you're doing that, I'll go and grab some fresh beer. Because I'm out, because I'm talking and I'm drinking it all.
And we've only probably got 5 minutes left in this episode, mate, so...
Oh, you just don't want us to leave, so you don't have to do the talking bit?
Here we go, we're doing our burn. It's quite a nice ship. It's a shame about that asymmetry. It worked a lot better than I was expecting it to.
The current sci-fi tropes, especially in gaming's all about asymmetry. Right, we've still got an engine. There is still an engine there.
There is still an engine.
Right.
It has very little fuel in it.
Oh no, that's fine. That was bad. What happened there?
I don't know. When I ejected the stage, everything blew up.
Maybe the asymmetry wasn't so good.
I don't think it was an asymmetry problem. I think I maybe ejected it when it had a slight bit of fuel left in, maybe jumped the gun a bit.
Well, look at this. Look, we've already burnt off 30 seconds. We've hardly touched that fuel. That's a big tank with a tiny engine, and we're weightless.
Yeah, it's not what I was hoping for.
We're doing a transfer to Duna with this little puss engine. How amazing is that?
I'm still a little unsure as to whether or not we're going to make it, buddy, but...
What do you mean?
I would say let's persist with the mission.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Look, we've done it. 20 seconds left of that burn, 200 metres a second. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. I mean, we've got to slow down. That's always a concern.
We could try and get a...
the old aero brake.
We could try an aero brake.
I mean, it's... No, I think just get myself there. We've got quite a bit of fuel here. We'll get a flyby.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a
flyby, so we'll recoup costs at the very least. Right. Maybe a touch more.
No, I don't want to complete the refinement. We've actually got a Duna encounter, so where is the encounter? I mean, I'm not seeing it. But perhaps when we move forward to our next...
Oh, look, it's across the other side of the...
oh, no, but we've just missed it. But that's fine. We'll be able to capture it back.
Okay, I think that's a good place to call this episode.
Well, let's get into a solar orbit first, eh?
That's broken. How's that broken?
It's just one of our solar panels. We still have 3.
Yeah, but how did that one break? I don't like it when things break at random.
Probably during the massive explosion.
Oh.
Should we try and get this node before we quit, just to prove that we can?
Aye, I want to leave people, with some hope. It's not something we can always do.
There you go. We've got
2 seconds and we'll get that encounter. That's lovely. I'll tell you what, do that burn.
I've got to tweak it yet to get us super close. And the last thing we want to do is get caught by Ike.
Yeah, that would be bad.
You see, that'll land us on Duna.
It will. It's quite some speed. 429. That's good, you know. $196. That's lovely. That's what we'll do.
And we'll see how much fuel that leaves us with. How about that?
Yeah.
This is 92 days away, so this is really moving the space program timeline along a long way.
Yeah.
If only we had a sort of satellite science station in orbit.
Aye.
But that's a one for another episode.
Oh, we'll get there. Just bring up our fuel and whatnot.
The fuel situation, we've still got more than 50% of the fuel.
Oh, we
this
used
time.
110 units for that burn, and that was a 1 minute 13 burn. So you know what? Even if we had to do like a 4-minute burn to slow down, we've still got enough fuel to bring ourselves down. Then it's just parachutes and good luck. So
Not bad considering what a horrific disaster it appeared to be when, the ship blew up.
Yeah. Ooh, a little bit more.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to limit the thrust a lot.
Nice. Aye, I like it.
So that we can really fine-tune that manoeuvre.
Oh, that's clever. Very clever indeed.
And get nice and close.
I like it. Oh, that'd be lovely. That's good enough.
It's not good enough.
And what's happened there? Oh no, that's spot on.
That's spot on.
Now, I've never landed on another planetary body like Duna since 1.0 came out. Can we catch fire on re-entry?
Yes, but Duna's atmosphere is very thin, so we should be alright. I haven't got a heat shield on this.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a thing, that's alright. Okay, so we've lost the solar panel, we blew up the bottom half of the rocket.
We did blow up the bottom half of the
We
rocket.
left the fin at home. Otherwise, apart from that, complete success.
Apart from failure in building the rocket, launching the rocket, and staging the rocket,
Yeah.
it's remarkable that we've got this far.
But that's given us a very good impetus to finish this off, get down on Duna, and do the next bit for the next episode.
Sweet. And we hope to see you there, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.